ká sì bá wọn dẹ́rìn pòṣónú ká polówó ọjà ká sì tún ka àwọn ìròyìn ìjàlẹ́jàbọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà àti lókè òkun. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá. àwọn orin tó bá ìgbà mú ìlú àsìkò tí ó létí. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá. ìkànnì tó rán wọn dànù òkìlẹ̀ ó tún ta wọ́n yọ. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá. ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wa ìgbádùn yín láàyò tiwa. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá. fàájì tí ò lẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ ó pọ̀ ó tún ṣàn. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá. ẹ ṣe ẹkú ìtẹ́tí bó ṣe dùn tó tún dùn. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá. ẹ tún tẹ́tí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bó ṣe rìnlẹ̀ gbìgbìgbì. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá. kìlómítà 36 láwa àgọ́wé road ìṣàrà rẹ̀ mọ́. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá. ṣíjú mélòdì ló ń kọ́ omílẹ̀ gbìgbìgbì. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá. ó dúró pọ̀ létí mi bí mo ṣe ń gbọ́ ló dùn mọ́ mi sí. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá. onírúurú ẹyẹ ló wà láyé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọ̀kìn lọ bá wọn. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá. máa yí kúrò jẹ́ ká dìjọ máa gbọ́. Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá.
àràmàdà owó jẹ́ o.
ó mà wá ga o. gbogbo ọjà ló tutù bí omi àmù yìí. báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ ṣe é tájú òfin máa bùgbà tè náà jẹ.
ọ̀rẹ́ wa àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n dorí ẹja mú èèyàn. Ultimate FM ni wọ́n ń gbé ìpolówó ọjà wọn lọ. ìwọ náà gbé polówó ọjà rẹ wá sí Ultimate FM lówó tí ò ga jara lọ. àwọn onílé iṣẹ́ ńláńlá olókoòwò kéékèèké Ultimate FM ni wọ́n ń gbé polówó ọjà wọn wá. ìwọ náà gbé polówó ọjà rẹ wá lónìí. ká fi tiwa gbé tiyín lárugẹ ní kìlómítà 36 àgọ́ ìwòye road ìṣàrà rẹ̀ mọ́ Ogun State. àtàjèrè ọjà lẹ́sìn mọ́ ta.
Yes, yes, yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. You need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun. Time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful, accommodating space to host your guests? Look no further. Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course.
One and a half women at this Ultimate FM. Man, may enjoy your move. I like him, Ultimate FM.
ina jin daɗi wannan gidan rediyo Mutuba FM.
apalagidi làwa ń jẹ lọ́jọ́ tó ti pẹ́ ọ̀nà ti jìn ó ti rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀kọ́.
ìyá Kábírù dákun fẹ́ Ultimate FM yẹn sílẹ̀ mò ń gbádùn ẹ̀.
ẹ jọ̀wọ́ kó má tàn ra ẹ irú ọ̀kẹ́rẹ́ lóhùn mi àmájálẹ́rú ohun tá
má
a
yí
lè ṣe
kúrò
lẹ́rọ
bẹ́ẹ̀
àwọn.
Ultimate FM òun la yín gbọ́.
Ultimate FM lálára àgbáyídá.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Lunch Hour here on Ultimate FM. It's another beautiful Wednesday afternoon, the 16th rather. I don't know why I'm going back. 16th day of March 2022. We are halfway already till the end of March, and very soon it's going to be April, very soon May, June. Before you know, 2022 is over. Before you know, me, I will marry. Before you know, I'll give birth to children.
Wow.
My name is Vesikata, your host for the program, and of course my co-hosts are here with me this afternoon.
Good afternoon, I remain Talabidam Lalovet, and thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon, Messi and Damien. You people look sweet.
Why are you smiling sheepishly?
No, I'm smiling because you say they say everybody have their own request. Your own choice is to get married by the end of this year.
No, that's not what I said before you know it. You see how human beings can be. They will start putting words in your mouth.
My name still remains Harry Shoes.
Alright, this back at Ultimate FM. You can also like our page to get notified anytime we are live to be part of all our programs. Listen to us live via our website at www.viradiofm.com. Follow us on Instagram at official Ultimate FM and on YouTube at Ultimate FM. We have a whole lot of gist, let me not say a whole lot, a couple of gist for you guys this afternoon, but you have to hold on. That will come up right after the short commercial break, so stay tuned.
yes, yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. Do you need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun? Time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful, accommodating space to host your guests? Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, VIP space, kids play courts, alluring bedrooms, and a serene environment to cap it all up, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ishara, Agoiwoye Road, Ishara Remo, Ogun State. Telephone 081-687-09103, 090-416-26640, and 091-374-23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
Alright, welcome back to Launch Hour this afternoon on Ultimate FM. Let's just dive straight into the gist for this afternoon. I don't know if it was Dami, Abi, it was Arinze. I think it was yesterday or Monday that someone was talking about how someone was robbed. It was yesterday now. How someone was robbed inside an Uber ride, of some, is it 2.4 million or yeah. And I came across something again that drew my attention. I don't know if you guys saw it, of someone that booked one of these cabs. So we don't know right now if it's Uber or Bolt, but booked one of these cab, and the car could not open from inside. Both back doors, they couldn't open from inside. So it was only the front that could open. So the backs, and it is unlikely for someone to book these vehicles and choose to sit at the front. Most times you want to sit at the back now to feel like the boss and all that. So even if it was a coincidence, at least we say, okay, one will be broken, at least, because the person said when he entered the vehicle, the seat looked torn and all that. So you would want to feel like, okay, maybe the car is pretty old and the person is not really maintaining the vehicle very well. But then the two doors, the handles were broken. And the guy started acting funny. I'm very happy about the precautions that those people took, because he called, at that moment, he called and said, we're on our way, this one, that one, and said, so the driver started becoming very uncomfortable. He noticed. And I think these are the kind of things that people should actually put out there. When you notice one kind of foul play, let people know. And when I started reading comments, I realized that some people have even been victims of this type of things before. And someone was saying that that's how one of them robbed her. She couldn't open the car from inside of things. So, and then someone else was even talking about this, still on these cab issues, that you should be mindful of those cabs that have tinted glasses. I cannot even enter a cab that has tinted. I cannot even enter a cab that has a tinted. What am I looking for inside? So
it's not as if I'm a government official.
Please, I've not reached that level yet. Please just leave me with the one I can see outside, and people can see me too. Please. So I'm really happy with this person that said this kind of things. But like what we were saying yesterday, if these things, little ones that we're managing before, first BRT, now this, then what exactly can we do? Should we take the advice of Arinze and start trekking 2 weeks before we want to get to our destination? And like we said yesterday, you might trek and somebody will come out from the forest and still kidnap you. So what exactly can we do? Dami and Arinze, I want to hear from you guys. Maybe we should call on the government to look for an alternative means of transportation. I don't know.
Calling on the government to look for another alternative means of transportation. The one that they brought out, the BRT, what is happening to BRT? That is so we should ask ourselves. I think the best thing for us to do is to be cautious. Even if it means that we are going to be carrying a very long machete while trying to enter Uber. I'm just joking anyway, but I think we should just be cautious when we are entering this. And another thing is, maybe if you are leaving, if you want to make sure that someone sees you entering the particular Uber, or even take a picture of the person driving you and send to your relatives in case anything happens to you, they should hold the person responsible. That is the best thing to do. Now, I think Uber drivers should be meant to be. I know that it affects their personal life, but what is happening in this present day Nigeria now? For you to enter Uber, I think you should take the picture of the person driving, send it to your relatives. In case of if anything happened to me, no one hold this person responsible. That is the best thing to do. And I think another thing is that the government have a very big role to play. At least even if it is, I know we have a lot of checking points around, but I think the government should, all this, where you don't know the one that is Uber and you don't know the one that is a private vehicle, but I think the government should employ this, our policemen or anyone that is on the checkpoint, whether police or militant, they should be checking those vehicles. I know it will take a long while, but I think when they start it, I think the thing will go down for now. For myself, I mean, these insecurities, it is getting worse every day. So, well, I think the government knows what to do. They have always known the best.
I say you talk about checking points. The checking point, are they really checking anything?
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
Because once you give them some kind of
that, you
That's
know what
Roger.
I said Roger. You know what I said.
We don't know what Roger means.
Yeah, I just said Roger. Roger means a
then
lot
they
of
will just
things.
ask you without even checking the proper things you're asked to check. And all what I would say is just that government should put more they have more to do on our security agencies, and also the owner of the complaint should make sure that their drivers are being kind of fleet or something. They should check them. And I saw something through that when they check the picture of the person that
Yes.
is different from. So let's take precautions of checking. When you notice that this is not the picture of the person you saw when you were booking it, please let's endeavor not to enter that kind of
Exactly,
of
that's
car.
true.
And when you notice that kind of the back door that is you can't open through the, please let's in fact gently, because you might say you want to take pictures and at the end of the day you can't. Look at what happened to Bamiche. Despite that she took pictures, yet can't see what happened to her. Please, let's just take precautions. Let's be mindful of to be very careful out there.
And I just want to add, I know that it is illegal in this country for a civilian to carry up firearms around, like guns and those kind of things. But then, shouldn't there be a law that guides?
Don't say it is illegal. It's not really illegal, because there are some guns you are meant to carry.
No, I think it's illegal in Nigeria
for
illegal. You to carry gun if you are not a security operative.
As long as the gun is licensed with your name, you are free to.
Now we know how expensive it is to even purchase. We know how expensive it is to purchase those kind of firearms. So
not everyone can afford it.
So I think there should be an alternative of carrying, little things that can be used as weapons. For instance, pocket knives.
And
pepper spray.
Yes,
pepper spray is very important.
pepper spray itself is even me. I prefer knife.
Maybe pepper spray and knife.
Yes,
and
so
there's this electric, I don't know what.
Yes, that
Electric
taser. So you exactly those kind of things. I think people should start buying them. Let us be open to. I know before when they see people with those kind of things, they will say this one is a criminal or something. But in the times that we find ourselves, it is important. Yesterday I was watching a documentary and I saw where someone had a walking stick. He had a walking stick, but when he opened the walking stick, it was actually a knife that was that kind of thing. So let's just those kind of disguiseful weapons just to protect yourself, not to go and use it to oppress people outside, because times are dangerous.
Let me also add something to this particular topic, because I think this is the main thing we should be discussing. Employ the government to regulate all these Uber drivers, regulate them, as in they should be thoroughly scrutinized and regulated, so that these things will not be happening.
Exactly.
Because I think people will just buy a car and they register it to Uber and they start doing anyhow with it. You understand? So I think government should both your residential address. I know many people are going to fake their distance, but at least regulate them, take pictures of them. Don't even tell them to bring their own ID card or passport when coming. Make sure you take the passport yourself, so that if anything happens, you know where to trace them.
Exactly. Okay, Arinze, what do you have for us this afternoon?
It's not all the time that we are going to be talking about bad news here. Let us not see us as people that always carry bad news. Now it's about the two 4-year-old boys, Wasiu Dauda and Amin Ibrahim, who were abducted in Ijesha area of Lagos, have been found.
Wow.
Now, exactly. They have been found alive. That's the most important thing.
Exactly.
Because it's not every time that we say this person is missing, and later at the later end we see that the person lost his life. like the case of Bamiche
Bamiche and the rest of
a
them.
lot of them, yeah, may their soul rest in peace. But I'm so happy to read this news to get to know that these two boys we have found alive in an incomplete cause. It is a very good development. We thank the armed forces for a swift movement for that one. And I also employ people to, all these people that are even doing this thing, well, this country, if I say I'm weak, I'm speechless at times. I'm very, very speechless. Let me just allow Dami to say something.
Okay, Dami.
Well,
Dami.
this is it seems funny, but it's just that a lot of things are happening in our schools these days. When I saw it, it's kind of a lecturer saying harassing a student for having a long hair in Enugu State. So is it a crime?
No. Enugu State.
Enugu State. So is it a crime to have it? It's not even only about that. You see a lot of things that are happening in our schools. That most lecturers, the way they harass students, what they did sometimes.
Carry their family problems to this school.
If you are bitter, then you don't have, maybe you have a family to pour the anger on the students.
Exactly.
Because too, I pass through lecturers, because the way most of them treat us, I would be like, are we animals?
Exactly. You know, yesterday, I think it was some time back, somebody was saying that if you are a policeman and you cannot take insults, then what are you even doing in the job before? You know, that kind of thing. Why can if you cannot take insults, then why? Because definitely while you are trying to carry out your job, people will definitely step on you. Yeah. You get, and that is the same case with these lecturers. If you know that you cannot groom these students in a way that is befitting, then you should not even think about being a lecturer, because as students will definitely get on your nerves. We do not know what might have transpired between her and, but I was not good. It was not a good sight. She was actually holding the student's hair, not just talking to her verbally.
The lecturer is a lady.
Yes, she was holding the student's hair, like and you know how painful that thing can be when someone grabs your hair, especially such long hair. And people were even, I saw someone else begging her. She didn't listen. You know, that kind of. So if you know that you have problems, if you know that you cannot control your anger as a person, it's a private university, and having passed through a private university, I know that private university rules can be very stiff at times. They might say pack your hair. That time in school, I don't make long hair, because if you make long hair that is beneath your shoulder, they will tell you pack it. So maybe that was the same rule in this school, because the private institution as well. Maybe pack your hair, but still there are better ways to instill discipline than to. The thing wake me damn it when I saw it in this 21st century, this 2022. You are still doing that kind of dragging a student here because of what? Are you fighting with the students? And you see those same people, they are still the ones that will be taking bribe for marks, doing this one for this one, and they are very, they are always acting like they are the most disciplined. Arinze, maybe you have something to add.
I'll still go with what Macy said. She said if you cannot nurture all these children to become who they are. Now imagine, let me take an example, because I like taking examples. Imagine planting a flower in your garden and you don't water it every morning and every evening. It will eventually die. Now these students, they are like flowers. Your words are like water. Your advice is like a rainfall for them. They will grow the way you want them to grow, in the direction you want them to be. Now you don't just instill discipline, harsh disciplines on someone, because for me that is harsh. I know that you are trying to discipline the students, but not in a harsh way. Because grabbing somebody's me like this as a man, imagine sometimes combing my hair can be too painful for me. Now imagine someone grabbing your hair. That means I'm the kind of person that I also went through a tough time in the hands of my lecturers. Yeah. There are times that you enter their office, you greet them normally. You are going to greet them more than you greet God. Yes, you are going to prostrate more than you even greet God, or more than you even greet your parents. But now they will still find something.
They must look for something.
Doing my clearance in school, I remember I went to submit a file in the office. In fact, this one is not even a lecture. That was what got me upset. I went to
all these non-teaching staff, they're always doing the most.
I went there, so it was the security post. You know, you start your clearance from the security post. Yeah. Let them know whether your name appeared in people that fought in school or
those kind of things.
So that was the first clearance I went to do. So when I reached his office, he was on. I had to wait for him to come. When he came, he unlocked the door. We went inside. Now he now said, okay, I should bring my files. Definitely, I had a lot of files, a lot of copies. So I cannot hold, I have only 2 hands. So I now said, okay, I now kept the book, my file, on top of his table for me to bring out the particular paper he was quoting for. This man said, will you take that?
You are lucky he didn't
out of
even
my
fling
table?
it.
I was like, sir, can I just
remove?
You are even explaining. I like you.
Insulting me now. I just smiled and said, well, it's one of those
normal.
things. It's normal. It's one of those things. Now I had to bring down my book on the floor. I now had to kneel with one leg to remove my file. Now, after he even did, after all said and done, he still collected Roja, you understand?
Roja.
So, yeah, he still collected Roja. So, I had to leave. So, this is what it means to study in this country.
Too much hardship.
Most of the times, I don't blame people that send their kids abroad. Because imagine teaching someone, I don't know what the girl even did. Maybe they have had issues somewhere else. Because you can't tell me that maybe you told someone to pack her hair and maybe she did not pack her hair. You are now trying to put laws into your own hand by dragging her hair. Because if the parents of this girl are way to do, or if they have the power, they can sue you.
Of course.
And you are going to, before you even finish, you might be stripped off your lecturing.
That's physical abuse.
Yeah, so I think before we take laws into our hand, or before you bring your personal problem or your family problem or your village problem into your job, into your job, try to think twice about it, because it might not end well for you. That's
exactly.
And if you want to correct someone, let's correct in love, not in kind of anger. Like you're angry and you say you want to correct me. That's not the correction. And most people that find ourselves, maybe we are boss or something, like we just find ourselves in kind of office and our co-workers, maybe people that are working under you, let's try and treat them well. At least see this life. In fact,
they blow like fan.
Yes, it's just like water, it's just like river. Like we can meet ourselves anyway. In fact, if what you did now, you might not be the one that will repeat. Maybe your children or even your grandchildren. So let's just be good. Let's correct in love. Let's live in peace with all people. At least by this, our country and our nation will be in peace.
That's right. All right. We're going to take our hot topic for this afternoon, but that will come up right after this short break. So stay tuned.
Ó mà wá ga o. Gbogbo ọjà ló tutù bí omi àmù yìí. Báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ ṣe? Tájú ò fi máa bùgbà tèmi náà jẹ.
Ọ̀rẹ́ wa, àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́n dorí ẹja mú èèyàn. Ultimate FM ni wọ́n ń gbé ìpolówó ọjà wọn lọ. Ìwọ náà gbé polówó ọjà rẹ wá sí Ultimate FM. Lówó tí ò ga jara lọ. Àwọn onílé iṣẹ́ ńláńlá, olókoòwò kéékèèké. Ultimate FM ni wọ́n ń gbé polówó ọjà wọn wá. Ìwọ náà gbé polówó ọjà rẹ wá lónìí. Ká fi tiwa gbé tiyín lárugẹ. Ní kìlómítà 36, Àgọ́ Ìwòye Road, Ìṣàrà Rẹ́mọ, Ògùn State. Àtàjèrè ọjà lẹ́sìn mọ́ ta.
Boy, leave this channel now. I dey enjoy this Ultimate FM.
One happy woman at this Ultimate FM. Man, may enjoy your film. I like him, Ultimate FM.
Ina jin daɗi wannan gidan rediyo Mutube FM.
Àpàlàgídí làwa ń jẹ lọ́jọ́ tó ti pẹ́ ọ̀nà ti jìn ó ti rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ̀kọ́.
Ìyá Kàbírù dákun fún Ultimate FM yẹn sílẹ̀ bó ń gbádùn ẹ̀.
ẹ jọ̀wọ́ kó má tọ̀ra ẹ irú ọ̀kẹ́rẹ́ lọ́hùn mi àmájálẹ́rú ohun tá
má yí kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ Ultimate FM òun la yín gbọ́.
Ultimate FM lálára àgbàyídá.
Yes, yes, yes. It's VO Resort and Event Center. You need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun. Time off with family, friends, and that special someone. You have an event and need a beautiful, accommodating space to host your guests? Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, display green environmental capital of, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ìṣàrà, Àgọ́ Ìwòye Road, Ìṣàrà Rẹ́mọ, Ògùn State. Telephone 081-687-09103, 090-416-26640, and 091-374-23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
Welcome back to Launch Hour this afternoon here on Ultimate FM. Don't forget that you can join us live on Facebook at Ultimate FM and also like our page to get notified anytime we're live to be part of all our programs. Today we're going to be talking about 9 to 5 kind of job versus having your own business. We are in the times where everybody's saying, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be the boss of my own self. I want to have my own business. But do you know what it entails, my dear brothers and sisters? It's not as easy as it seems. You know, everybody is now selling food online, selling clothes online, doing this.
The only thing we meant for them to sell now is long life and prosperity.
That's the
only thing we meant.
I'm telling you, everybody's writing CEO on their bio. Well, everybody is using WhatsApp business. If you are not using WhatsApp business, you have not arrived.
It is so annoying. Imagine you send Nkechi hi.
You see that Nkechi
thank you for contacting Nkechi stores. Hold on.
It makes me
we'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you in a few.
Some even put, please, can you post your picture for what? I swear, that was the girl I tested. What I saw was, welcome to so person. We will get back to you. Do you want to see if I can patronize you or not?
Oh no, you see, I'm selling organic cream. Like I'm
no,
not
she's
getting it.
selling clothes.
Maybe clothes.
She wants to get your size, so she will know the kind of pictures to send to you, obviously. Right. But that's on a lighter note. But then we all know that this is the era where almost every young person, if you ask them, do you prefer to work 9 to 5 in an organization or you prefer to own your own business? The first thing they will say is, I prefer to own my own business. But at the end of the day, when you enter or when they enter, it is not a bed of roses. It is not what they thought it was going to be actually. There's just this, you have the luxury of time. So you can wake up by 10 o'clock and you still, especially for those that do their business online, you can do this, but there are a whole lot of disadvantages. Let me not call it disadvantage, but there are a whole lot of challenges that come with it because it's actually a huge one. So let's talk about Arinze, let me ask you first. Okay. If you were to choose between having a 9 to 5 job where they call 9 to 5, I don't need to explain, it, and having your own business where you are the boss of yourself. Probably it's a one-man thing. It's only you don't have any worker, just you. So you run your business on your own. You do all your accounts by yourself, every single thing. Which
I pay myself.
You pay yourself. Yep, pay yourself. So which would you prefer?
Well, talking about which one do I prefer? The 9 to 5 kind of job it depends on the salary I'm receiving.
Money man.
Yes, now.
I guess.
Yes, it depends on the salary because I can't be shouting I want to be the CEO and I'm using 150,000 to open a business. That's not possible. No. And imagine where they will be paying me like 500k. So
I guess.
Are you trying to tell me that I don't have sense?
But let me just tell you that if you use 150,000 to open a business today, it doesn't mean that the business cannot grow tomorrow.
I'm not saying it tomorrow.
Wait, I'm just trying to give you, now. And then you might actually be earning 500,000. And you might not have the luxury of time. You might not be able to do what you want to do. The job might be too demanding. There are things like that.
Yeah, when I retire, I won't rest.
Please leave me alone.
When I retire, I won't rest. Because now, imagine having the luxury of time in your business and the business refuses to grow.
Nothing to show
for it. Nothing to show for it. Because, like I said, even if Tammy is selling long life and prosperity at a cheaper rate, some people will never patronize her. Even if some close friends will never patronize her, they will decide to. They will say, "Sure, if I buy from Tammy now,
they will prefer to die on Tammy.
I prefer to die on Tammy. But God forbid, they will not say, "So if I buy this thing from Tammy now, tomorrow night she will be answering CEO, she will be riding cars. So it's better I go and buy it and
you can imagine.
So I think before you say you want to do. You cannot do a 9 to 5 job. 9 to 5. How much are they paying me on the job, and how much am I using to open my business? If you're able to ask yourself this question, because they say proper planning begets good results. If you don't plan very well, there's no way for you to succeed. So before you run into opening your own business, have you made your structure? Have you laid down the goals that you need? Have you tried to reason what people need? Because in your area, people
Exactly.
you understand. So I think before you make your choice, for me, you said I should choose. Finally, I'll choose. If I'm to be paid 500k in a month, I think there is no way for me. I can still open my business, another business,
There, calm down. Don't be running.
Don't
run.
I think I'm going to choose the 500k job.
Okay,
even
so
if I'm working from 9 to 5.
Okay, so let me ask Dami now. If you were to choose between being self-employed,
Well, it depends on what I have at hand before I said I want to start a business. When I don't have the capital, maybe the capital is not that huge that I want to start
Something
a business.
huge.
So I prefer working for clients,
Save up
later
some money.
venture into your own business.
okay. So now, since Dami has already started in that light, you can later venture into
Yeah.
your own business.
Yeah.
So let's take it from the angle of juggling a regular 9 to 5 job and your own business. How feasible is it, Arinze? Do you think it is possible, especially find ourselves, to have your own business and still, be going to work and still be diligent and
Your
productive
own,
in your own
business.
yeah.
Yes, of course. All you have to do is get all these goods that people need, most especially in the evening. You understand? Let me just say, you can open if you are into all this if you are medically inclined, you can open a small pharmacy for yourself. You understand? So that after work by 5, at least you rest by 6. Maybe 6:30 you have gone to your shop. People normally buy drugs during the evening. You can add a little bit of provision in it. This is what people actually need, especially students. In fact, not even students, everybody needs provision and everybody needs medication. This is the kind of thing that you are going to sell that people will buy. Imagine selling clothes after work by 5. Nobody's going to buy it because it is already night. So if you can open up a small pharmacy shop where people can, after all hectic, the people will get body pains, cough, all those things, people will come there to patronize. And when they are buying medicine, they decide to buy some provisions to step it down.
Okay, so now you have said that, but what about people that would like to have a side business based on their passion? Now you have said you can have a provision, you can do this and that, selling clothes that people will likely not buy clothes in the evening. But what about someone that works, let me just give an example, someone that works in a consulting agency or probably a teacher or somebody, and the person has passion for doing hair or makeup or something, and the person wants to use that one as their side hustle. How do you think the person can work
During
around?
the weekends, you can do that.
Yeah, that is where online business comes in.
And we have this even that the clothes issue, you can sell your clothes online.
That's where
Do
online
your
comes
job.
in, yeah.
Then and there's kind of though we have this Nigeria, you can't dictate the kind of job you get yourself. But I would say if you know that you have a business you are doing, there's certain job you should not even venture to, like maybe going for banking.
Yeah.
If you know that you
Because
can't,
banking job will
your
definitely
side
take your
job is
time.
not what you can do online.
Online,
That is
true.
just that it takes your time also. You can't. There are a lot of some jobs that you will not even venture into. But at least if you are kind of maybe makeup of a thing or tailoring, weekends you can still try to balance. It's just about passion. If you have passion for it, you definitely create time for it. That's
Okay, so I will just pick one point from what Arinze said about, for instance, you are maybe work in a hospital or a big pharmaceutical company, and you choose to open your own little pharmacy.
They call it chemists.
I want to drop an example. I have a friend that works for a pharmaceutical agency, and he has a pharmacy, but he's kind of hiding it, because if his company finds out that he has his own pharmacy, it is going to be a very big issue.
Problem, yeah.
So now let's talk about the place of where you work and the kind of business you want to do. There are a whole lot of, in this Nigeria, we know for sure there are a whole lot of employers that do not support having your own business if you work for them. In fact, it has gotten to the point where they don't even want to train their staff, because they have this mindset that if I train this one now, the person will now know the business better than me, then they will now go and open their own. You know, that kind of thing. So there's just this mentality of, if you are working for me, work for me alone. So I want us to talk about that
I
kind of
think
thing.
that kind of mentality it should be called a selfish mentality because yes, definitely because you cannot grow and not allow another person to grow. You understand? Everybody is open to growth and new development and new ideas. Now, we're talking about opening your own business. There are some certain jobs that will not even allow you to have your own side hustle. One of it is banking job. It will never allow because even some on weekends, bankers do go to work.
But in this time that we are struggling with one stream, to just stick to one stream of income and not have any other thing. This difficult economic situation that we find ourselves.
It is very difficult depending on the kind of job you are doing because in this it's not even advisable for someone to have just one stream of income.
Exactly.
Now another job that will not allow you to even have your own side hustle is if you are a medical doctor or if you are a nurse. Although they can open their own hospitals. I've seen it happen in most cases, even their own pharmacy. Now let's see if you can open your own pharmacy. That was why I said that is when online business comes in. But doing an online business, you still have to have someone that if it is you are selling all these clothes or perfumes and all those things, you still have someone that will deliver it for you.
Of course.
Now, or if you are doing hairs, makeup, you still have to book appointments that's not going to clash with
schedule. Exactly.
So you have to arrange all those things. That is why I said if you have proper planning, that is where you get proper results.
Mm-hmm. But you have not still hit the nail on the head about those employers that are always very, very reserved when
if your employer if your employer that maybe they're against you open your own, then you can open it and you employ someone.
Yeah, you can put someone there.
You put someone
okay.
There.
Messi is trying to say that if they don't want you to even have it
at all,
whether you put somebody there,
they don't want to be in secret because once they find out,
so far I want to survive.
Yeah.
Must they know? They should not know. It's not must for them to know that I run my own business.
You have to put maybe a sales girl there or a sales boy there for them to run the business for you, and you don't have to always. I have seen some people that did not even open their businesses with their own name. They will look for another name to open the business with and put someone there that is not even your relative, so that they will not suspect that it's your own. But for your people that you are working for, asking you not to open your own business, I don't think they have your best interest at heart.
And that place is not even advisable to
I think every businessman or woman will have their own interest first before thinking about another person.
We also have good people who will also advise you to grow on your own. You understand? So we have other people that will always allow you to grow by yourself and make things better for your life, because they know that one day things might go south and you might not be able to fend for yourself and your family.
We are just going to go on a quick commercial break, so when we come back we are going to continue this discussion. Don't go anywhere.
Yes. It's VO Resort, and if you need some time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to relax, kick back, and have some fun, time off with family, friends, and that special someone, you have an event and need a beautiful accommodating space to host your guests? Look no further. VO Resort and Event Center has got your back. With our 1,000-seater hall, restaurant and bar, poolside, gym, tennis courts, golf course, VIP space, kids play courts, alluring bedrooms, and a serene environment to cap it all up, nothing is left uncovered. VO Resort and Event Center is located at kilometer 36 Ishara, Agoiwoye Road, Ishara Remo, Ogun State. Telex 87-09-103, 090-416-26640, and 091-374-23830. With VO Resort and Event Center, you've made the right choice.
Alright, welcome back to the program this afternoon. We are still talking about having a 9-to-5 job as opposed to being employed. And before we went on the break, we were discussing about employers that would not be in support of you having your own business. So you have to be doing hide and seek. Now, something just came to my mind. Okay, we have a caller, so we'll quickly just take the call. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Mercy, Alize, and Dami.
Good afternoon.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Tunde. I'm calling from Ishara.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I had my own, I'm enjoying what it is. I have my own opinion is kind of different. The way I see things is kind of different.
Okay.
Being self-employed is good. But for an employer to allow his staff or let's say staff to own another business, similar to my own kind of, let's say I have a business staff and I have my staff trying to do a side also. If the side also is not related to my kind of business, it's cool for instance. But most of the cases, some businesses are not growing basically because just let me use myself as a case study now. Let's say I have a staff I employ, and my staff is doing side also. Do you think he will be able to concentrate on my business? Let's look at it from that angle. He will not be able to concentrate on my business. Rather, he will be concentrating more on growing his own business while my own business is dying, and I'm also paying that person. So how do you expect me to support that person or give him, or let's say, or give him a leverage to run his own business? And let's look at it from the angle of all these doctors that we have in this public general hospital that is owned by government. Now, all these doctors, they don't pay attention to the facility that government already created. Rather, they pay more attention to their own private hospital. Yeah. And that's why they don't attend more to government. I believe that if you know you want to do side also, quit your job. Let the person that don't have a side also. Because why would I be paying you and you are not giving me value to my business? My business is going down. I want me to give you a leverage so that you can do side also. It cannot work. If you want to do side also, go and do side also and quit my job. Simple. Thank you,
sir.
All right, thank you for calling.
Thank you for calling, sir. I think I'm very happy for this call, and there is a point he picked that is you can't take away anything from it. Yeah. It is just pure truth. Now I'm going to talk about the aspect of the side of the hospital. I've seen in most cases where hospitals, doctors rather, that work in government hospitals, when you come to the hospital, they will refer you to their own hospital.
They'll be stealing customers.
Yeah, I've seen it happen a lot of times. Even when they want to run a test for you, they will refer you to their own.
That's true. That's true.
That is just the truth. He hits the
nail on the head.
And now another thing he said. In fact, the 2 points he made was
very valid.
It was clear and valid. Now imagine having a business and you employ somebody, and that person is having another side.
Yes, the person pays more attention.
They will not concentrate on your own. Concentrate on making their own growth, because normally business is people open business to make profits. Now, if you're having the same kind of side hustle, and your boss is in the line of the same thing you are doing, you are going to be referring customers to your own, not to the company's own.
Yeah.
Now, I think what he said is just the pure truth. There's no doubt about that. So before you choose your side hustle, make sure that it does not affect the job that you are doing.
Yes, because that's what I said.
It should be something
earlier,
flexible that will not affect.
That your side also will take much of
your time. Exactly.
Then you better don't even
it's either you quit one and stick to the other one.
You can't make another company to go bankrupt.
While you are growing your own.
It's not advisable.
That
I think
true.
this call is the one to hit the nail on the head.
Exactly. So I think that in conclusion we can all agree that having your own side hustle is not bad, but it should not affect your job. If you know that it is going to affect your main job, it's either you quit or in fact that's simple. Quit. Just quit one. Either you quit your side hustle or you quit your job. And if you must do any side, if you know that it is so bad to the extent that your job affects your regular job, and it should not be something that will not be a competition to this your job. Because if I am the employer, I will not be happy myself that you are trying to compete with my business.
I have this guy from my side. He was working with one small hotel like that. So while he was opening his own business, he was referring people to his own, because it is the same kind of business.
So can imagine.
Yeah, when he opened the business, that was why I said you can decide to hide it. So when he put it there, he didn't tell his boss, he continued working there. But the services he was rendering to his boss now was very. In fact, he was referring people to his own hotel. It's just a small hotel, sha, but it makes sense. So now when his boss found that you have another business, instead of you to try to run my business down. Now told him to leave. He didn't want to get him arrested or get into an argument with him. Now had to fire him. So that is why it is.
See, so before you even if you feel in your mind that you are going to be able to handle the two, it will not affect anything. I feel like you should still be able to tell your employer. Yes, exactly.
The percentage of time you are giving to
you are giving exactly, because I know of someone that works in an organization that is very, very tasking, but the lady has her own POS shop. Yeah. But she puts somebody in the POS shop. Yeah. So the only thing she does is that when she has off days from her job, she's there. You get, because it's a job that you have probably one off day out in the entire week. So you are there. And during the weekends as well, when she's not working, she's also there. And her boss understands that she has this business. Yeah. So there are sometimes that there might be something that needs to be done in her own shop. She just quickly make a call that, please, my POS shop, this urgently. I promise her. And then it's not that she's taking that time that, okay, I'm going to take 2 hours off. Yeah. She will still do that 2 hours quickly, later on. Yeah. You understand? So there's this understanding that, okay, this person.
It will hire, she will do extra hours at all.
Exactly. She will do extra.
Striking a balance.
Striking a balance.
If you cannot strike a balance, then you quit.
You quit
Either you quit your side hustle or
you quit your main job. And like Arinze said, if the main job is paying me 500k or more, be like saying that the side also I go quit.
Choose wisely.
Yes. Yeah, you choose wisely.
All right, Arinze and David, you guys have any last words before we wrap up this afternoon?
All right, before you open any side hustle, just make sure that it does not affect your main hustle, your main job,
your main source of income.
Main source of income, because they say there's something they say in my language, but I don't know how to translate it. But don't use your hand to spoil what you have been building for
exactly.
Yeah, me, I would just say being an entrepreneur is not just all about being your own boss.
Thank you.
No, at least you should know what you are doing, and if you have enough capital to stand on your feet presently, then you need a job that at least you will not that kind of job you will not do it for the whole rest of your life. At least 5-7 years, at least you will have saved something that you'll be able to start your own job.
Exactly. All right, I think we have said it all, but I really like this conversation. Maybe we'll continue it another. We'll continue it another time. All right, that was it this afternoon on Lunch Hour here on Ultimate FM. Join us again next time for another interesting episode of Hot Gist and Hot Topic. Stay safe. Stay safe and have a great day.